in.
Hey, how you doing today, people? It's me and two randos. And on today's broadcast, we're 90% not AI. This is a total human broadcast, right? 90%. Remember that. And AI,
I
otherwise known as Al,
I don't know what
otherwise
you
known
talking
as Al
about
to people.
because I don't exist.
Well, do you exist or are you a prompt? But anyway, one of our topics for today will be about the enhanced games. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing back WWE style enhanced game action, bigger and larger than life. We can start out with, as we go, let's see which rando we're going around. SSJ.
Um, I think the enhanced games idea is exciting for like a little while, but after a while, I think it's gonna get like really over, just too much. I think people gonna start being like Bane, like, oh, I can be the strongest in the world, and they could just soup up with as much steroids as it's humanly possible before people start dying off to try to compete and beat other people. Because if you beat a record, I don't remember if it's 50,000 or 500,000. You get a check for every record that you break.
500,000.
In the oh my God, this is just wild. Yes, at first I was super excited to see this, like just to see people going super fast or super strong, but this is gonna get out of hand real fast.
Well, first
That's
off,
what I think
first,
about it.
first off, in my opinion, before we go to the Oracle, in my opinion, I will say for the Olympic athletes that were doing it straight edge and doing it with their natural human ability, and with all due respect, I still respect you guys. But there's a certain, like you said, a novelty to the enhanced show. You know, I know if they gave me 500,000, I'll be enhanced. Can you imagine this? Look at the guns. You see the guns? It's popping. Right now, $500,000. What's my best event eating? You know what I'm saying? Just put the chicken out there,
So
and
steroids to get you to eat faster.
yeah, just all, you know what I'm saying? Make the stomach elongated, you know. But in all seriousness, Oracle, your turn.
Mark, yeah, oh, Markle muted. The mic is down.
Back.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
I was gonna say, in my opinion, as long as everyone involved thinks it's fair, I don't care what kind of game they make.
Mhm.
I think it's just there. Like I think it would be funny. I think it'd be entertaining. Like it's
That's what
Yeah,
I
something
think as
new,
well.
there's something
Mhm.
different. Yeah, I'm all for it. As long as everyone agrees that it's fair, yeah, do it.
Mhm.
and everybody brings it out in the open, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going
yeah,
to be completely open in public and stuff like that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so then it's going to be enhanced against people who we thought or think are not enhanced, right? That's what it's going to be.
You see, the thing about it is, as long as everyone is in agreement with whatever it is, I think anything can be entertaining, right?
Mhm.
As long as it's fair, I think it's fine. If it's a sport, but like, yeah, make some money too. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. And we all know from surveys years ago in baseball, they did this years ago, like maybe over 10, 15 years. They
Mm.
asked baseball players, hey, if your life was being shortened by 5 years, would you do, would you take PEDs? They said, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And plus, you know what? It's athletes. They're competitive. They're
Mhm.
Mhm.
competitive, so they're always trying to get an edge. So I'm happy to see the enhanced games. You know what I mean? I hope
Mhm.
they all worry about their health and whatever it is, but you know how everything
Exactly.
is.
But
They find out 10, 12 years later, they got $2 million in their pocket. They might be happy. Who knows?
Mhm.
so I have a question. Like, have you ever thought about where you draw where it's okay to draw the line for like what's considered like an enhancement in uh in most other games? Because okay, let's say hypothetically, uh somebody from say some European country shows up, just pure muscle and just like ugh, and like he's ready to play and he's playing against someone from America where, for example, Maybe the person from America isn't taking any drugs, but because of the food that they have here, where they pump things full of drugs.
Supposedly like Rocky Four is an example. Rocky Four.
Like, is the person from the place where like all these enhancement drugs or something that they happen to feed to the food and ends up
Hmm.
in the person, is that not performance enhancing?
It
So
depends.
performance enhancing is you got to knowingly take the substance. Now, no
Mhm.
offense to my great people in the United States,
Mhm.
I love them. I am one of them, right?
You
So
live
guess what?
there. You
So
gotta
no,
love
no,
them.
no, no. So guess what? Guess what? Look at this beautiful face. I don't have to pump up. There's a lot of fat up in here. Now, is it from the enriched flour of the rice? I don't know. We had boxers eating
No,
Kobe
no,
meat.
no, no.
Kobe meat.
I
That's
can
what you
tell
eat.
you where it's from right now. It's from that New York water.
Well, see, hey, we got some of the best water in the world, man. We opened up the tap. T-Pain said so himself. New York is the
Poland
only
Spring.
place to open the tap and drink the water.
No, but
So,
I mean, like, they test the water in some places, find all kinds of drugs that like, you know, in the water. Like, does that mean that with the place where I'm from, all of a sudden it's performance enhancing? Like,
mm,
what is considered like the like yeah, what would you consider, where do you think the line should be drawn? Like, what are the rules to determine whether or not someone is performance enhancing?
I
My
mean,
thing
we've
on
been.
this, give me 1 second, because before I forget this, because I wanted to say this like 5 minutes ago. In the Thunderbolt slash New Avengers movie that just came out,
Mm,
um, the Russian Captain America asked the fake Captain America. I know the names, but that's how I'm going to refer to them.
mm,
Agent America, Agent
What
US.
special enhancement are you on? So the performance enhancement companies are going to start competing to see who has the best performance enhancing drugs from
mm,
this. There's a whole other competition that's been going on for this pharmaceutical companies. That's a whole other thing to think of. If two rival companies, just like what happened with COVID with Pfizer and Moreno or whatever the other one was, they're gonna be
mm.
competing to see who has the best drugs. So that's a whole other competition
That's true. That's
that.
fair.
Mhm,
That's fair. I mean, listen, we've been watching Universal Soldier. You bring up Captain America. We've been wanting to do this for years. Hey, let's put the enhancement.
they've been doing it for years.
No, no, but I'm saying years
But now
post
legally do it.
legally. You know what I'm saying?
Legally.
And,
Mhm,
and, and if they could come up with the enhanced games, I'm gonna
mhm,
advocate. I'm a baseball fan.
mhm.
Mm,
I'm gonna advocate for Barry Bonds. I'm advocating for Mark McGuire because if
That's a whole
90%
other
of the
thing.
people were
mhm.
taking them steroids,
Uh,
they were the champions of taking them. They
do you
still
think
deliver.
that like authentic athletes that are like maybe let's say retired are gonna like, well, I can compete in my own category, but with all of the drugs, let's go. So you
Yeah, no,
see,
I would listen.
like
Listen,
Michael
all the
Phelps scooped up
athletes,
swimming, breaking his own records.
all the athletes that's ever been accused of
Mhm,
anything, whether A Rod
exactly.
and stuff, they had to have natural talent.
Hmm.
See, so you had the people that were like trying to level up to get to them, and then you had
Hmm.
like A Rod allegedly. You
Hmm.
had Barry Bonds alleged, Mark McGuire allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Trust
You
me, I'm
know,
waiting for you guys to go in the Hall of Fame because I
you
got
know,
the
Hmm.
old enhanced baseball card series. So
Hmm.
let's get them.
we
And
are
that's
going to
baseball card series.
we are
Yeah.
going to quickly find out how many people used to use drugs all the time, because all of a sudden those athletes are just going to show up in the performance enhancement drug thing and be like,
Hmm.
yeah, no, this is my first time.
Hmm.
Well, so far, even when I look at the website, the athletes that I'm seeing trying to step up the game is all aquatics,
Yeah,
all
that's
swim.
just one of I think there's 8 categories or something like that. Well, I want to see what legit athletes transfers to this.
Exactly, because those legit athletes were
Hmm.
busy legitly not using
Hmm.
performance enhancing drugs this
So
whole time.
let's say every athlete is legit. It's just going to make them, in the enhanced
Hmm.
category. You know what I mean? Hey, we're
Hmm.
in the enhanced category, and then a legit athlete could say, "Hey, listen, I'm going on it now to show you that if I go on it, I'm super." This is
Hmm.
like what you like to say in your name, man. It's like Super Saiyan. level 1 athletes trying to go to level
Mhm,
2, and then you get enhanced, you go to level 4. I might
mhm.
go to 1.5, 2.5. You never know.
So
Might want
so
to run down the block.
so you think eventually they'll expand the category so you can have like categories like biggest weed head. Um,
The funny part is, the funny part
Those are
is,
the enhancements.
the
yeah,
funny
no,
part is,
Those
some
are
people think the
inhibitors.
weed is an enhancement. You know what I mean?
That's
They've
a
been thinking
that's
that's
an
for
inhibitor,
years.
sir. Yeah,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
sir.
You become, dude.
And then you go run it.
I'm pretty sure, like you become the best
Philosophizer.
philosopher.
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 Philosophizer. No, but Jay, that could go along with your competition, your eating competition. That could be the enhancement for we give you the enhancement for the eating
Well, see, because
competition.
my eating competition, I'll blow up like the Bob. The other person will have like a tapeworm and be skinny and be like, "Yo, who's this guy coming here, man? I've beaten 24-time Nathan's championship with the weed when he smokes." You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Johnny
Because
Chestnut.
yeah, can you imagine? There's somebody here now in the world, hopefully watching this, that's always doing some type of enhancement. No, we're not promoting
Mhm,
drugs, but some type of enhancement, and actually does the hot dog competition with like Chestnut. Can you imagine?
mhm,
Just in their own room, like, oh, like I beat them every day, man. I don't need to come out.
mhm.
They'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
Performance enhancement. That would be
Yeah.
so
It starts
crazy.
in it starts in 2026, but someone already got one of the checks. I don't remember what record he already beat it. Beat it.
You'd be
Sorry, yeah.
beating on those
Because
records.
I think the enhanced games goes along with, will people remember it over time, right? So they'll remember the
Mhm,
world record if
mhm,
somebody says the world record it does enhance,
mhm.
or are we going to put an asterisk
I
like how
think they're gonna
people
start
say
doing at the ashes as
this,
well.
this is a world record?
You think they'll have like a new Guinness enhanced book of records? Or do you think they'll
I
just
think
call it
they
like you think they'll just call it the Heineken Book of Records?
that's a good idea for Heineken. The One of the things I used to hear for a couple of years about the Olympics is they should put an Olympic athlete against a regular athlete so you can see the difference. But now with the enhanced games, I hope they do like, in like racing games where there's a ghost player, so you can see the ghost. Like, I hope they start showing that, like, this is
No,
how
no, no, no,
fast
no, no.
Usain Bolt ran, and this is how fast this
But but
enhanced
but
ran. They can put
I
like a
but
disagree.
shadow.
What they
but
need to
this
do, right,
Uh-huh.
is they need to have Olympics and
Mhm,
enhanced Olympics, and
mhm.
then like East and West meet, like the winners of each division. They
What?
play against each other for like the Super Bowl of
you
Wouldn't that be
remember
awesome though?
you
Because
remember
imagine
like
the
when
one
Bolt
that's
was
not enhanced comes out on top for one of those things. Like he would be considered legit. Like if you like
He will
after
definitely be tested
the
after that.
normal Olympics happen and the enhanced Olympics happen and the winner of each of those just get together and like boom and the normal guy wins.
Mhm,
He legitimately gets to put the S on his chest.
mhm. You know what I think the enhanced people should do? Like, because Olympics is every 4 years, I think the enhanced people should be also every 4 years, but like halfway, like at the halfway mark for the Olympics, so like every 2 years we have a big competition. That's what I think they should do it like, but for scheduling. So we fresh on sports. Like,
So
let's see
on
what these regular people
unimportant
doing.
years, they have the enhanced Olympics. On unimportant years, they have the.
Mhm,
well, the battle is going to be who's not enhanced now. You know what I mean? Like
mhm,
like I said, they always speculated in the Olympics, so I think it's one of those things where it's going to happen. It's happening. Bring it out in the open. It
mhm,
might be the XFL. It might be like one of those offshoots.
mhm,
Offshoot league.
mhm,
Hey, maybe we could fine tune it. Because remember, like Jamaican track and field team during all those years, they were getting tested triple times. I remember there was
mhm,
even a rumor that the yams that Bolt was eating from his
mhm,
from his grandmother's home, they even
mhm,
went back to test that to see why was he so fast. But you know what I
mhm.
noticed about him? My man was taking less strides than everybody
It's
else
because
on the.
he's taller than everyone else.
No, 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 no. It's not just tall. he was like a gazelle, and everybody was like a sloth. And then we
Jay's trying
talked
to
about
say
so
it's the leg to body ratio.
yeah. So like no, but here's the thing, Oracle. Here's the funny thing. Bolt was running and
Mm.
didn't know there was bonuses on the line. I seen the guy run and slow down, and then somebody yell, "Yo, man, there are bonus I come," and then run like yo, money on running. And yo, he was running,
Uh,
and I was like, Bolt didn't know that there was world records. That's how slow Bolt was. How easy he thought it was. That's the closest to Flash, the closest to Sonic I ever seen. Other than what's that swimmer guy?
Phelps?
Michael Phelps.
That's another guy too. Can you imagine he go on enhanced? He just jump into the
That's
water and
that's
head.
literally what I just said.
Yeah,
Just said
yeah,
now that
Michael
he's
Phelps.
retired, he could go to enhancement to see how he can break his own
Yeah, but we
record.
didn't say a name. Now we're saying his name.
No, I said his name like
Oh,
three
you did?
minutes ago.
Oh, see? It must be the Oracle power
Don't
strong.
worry, don't worry, Jay. I didn't hear it either. I'm just, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't hear it. I heard you say retired athletes. I didn't hear the Phelps part.
So yeah, I have a question. Did you notice? People didn't get to read it, but like, did you notice how official the email I sent you sounded? Uh,
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing
I'm
is,
pretty sure
I was getting like at
when
3
you
in the
read your,
morning. I was like,
you still didn't send the link.
The
I did.
attachment, yes.
I
I
didn't
did.
see it. I didn't see it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
It didn't
something's
attach.
wrong.
The second time I sent it as a specific invite and everybody or could edit. Like I sent it out the second time. Because
Ah.
the first time I sent it, Jay got it. So I don't know how you because it's not like I'm sending two separate emails. So when you say you didn't get it, I was like, what? So it was in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. for me. So I
You
sent
know,
it a second
All
time.
right.
you know what the problem.
I'm going to show you what I see when I
Oh,
read your
you don't have to
email
do
at
that
some
on
point
the
because like
podcast. It's fine.
no
Yeah, exactly.
No,
not now at some point. But the
Oracle, you
thing
know what it is? You know what it is?
what
When you look at
mm.
the phone goes, "Oh, this is this, this is this, this is this." And you go, "I got the email." Then you go check it, and you go scroll down because I know you old school. You got right in front of the computer. You said, "Oh, let's go," and then you said, "Wait a minute, where's the attachment? Where's the link?"
Yeah, maybe it's all me. Maybe I'm
Mhm.
crazy. But like
Um,
I honestly don't see it. But the thing I was trying to explain is
mhm.
like I didn't write that.
It's AI.
You press reply.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You saw how like how neat it sounded. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something, right? I was like the prompt was reply and let him know he didn't attach
Mhm.
the thing. And the thing came up, I kid you not, with a freaking book.
Oh.
And I was like, could you limit it to like two sentences and sound less official? And that's what it came up with. So you can imagine what the original one looked like.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because it said the word spreadsheet. So they know spreadsheet
Mhm.
means important, and they
Mm.
Mhm.
started getting very corporate. So you can do the number one thing that people do in corporate world, CYA, cover your ass.
Dude, that would be a great idea for AI. AI to make everything. You could pick what level of conversationalist you want to be. So, and you could put what dialect. So you want to be conversationalist from the South,
No,
conversationalist from
but
the hood, and then go word
I
you
see.
things like that.
You think you can't do that right now?
You
But just
can do
make
it.
what
Go
AI
to it,
specifically for
dude.
that.
No,
Make
you
one
can
No.
specifically for
go.
that.
No, you just say that in the prompt.
Yeah, that's it.
You
You
just
say it
say
in front
you
of.
say if you tell it, listen, make this thing and like for example, you could take it and take this video and tell it, hey, this person, I want him to sound like the Cookie Monster. Done. It'll work. Like it can do some weird crap, okay?
Mhm.
But like I've had times when I'm like, hey, send this person a reply and make sure the response is in iambic pentameter.
Oh my God.
As long as it's not
This
Johnny
does
Cake.
it.
Like, yo, make the Johnny Cake. Put the Johnny Cake
Yeah. And I'll tell it things like make it sound a little more funny so that the person doesn't think I'm overly serious.
Mhm,
Done. It does all that stuff. You just have to add in the prompt and it'll figure it out.
mhm.
The worst one is when they kind of sound too much like you and you didn't even ask them to, and you're like, damn, that sounds just like me.
Hmm.
I was like, yo, I'm not even signed in, and you sound like me. That
Yeah.
brings up a
Wait
very
till wait till everyone realizes that SSJ is actually not a real person. It was a prompt we entered.
oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You bringing in another quick topic here that I've been saying for years. Because SSJ was an early adapter to pictures and videos when people weren't taking pictures and videos. It has been my firm belief that his phenotype is somewhere in the universe of video games, computers, AI. Because if you notice, it's me and two randos. The only one that doesn't look like a rando to me, and he could put the pictures in there so he could see it, is SSJ. His look
I don't know what
perfect.
you're talking about, sir.
His picture looks perfect every time.
Don't you see
Me,
I have the cheapest
Mm.
cameras?
Jay,
The
Jay,
most blurry.
I
Jay,
think
and
he
Oracle.
might be rendered. Hmm.
Yep, yep. Because Jay and Oracle could switch glasses right now. We could switch headsets. It don't matter how we look. Yo, I'm telling you, AI prompt go like this. Put these three guys in. SSJ's prompt, come out looking like SSJ. I come out looking like the salesman around the
See,
corner.
now everyone knows that this podcast is actually me and that rando over there.
Which ran over there? You mean the ran over there? Which one? But he's not doing. But that's what I'm saying. He has never done it on purpose. And for the fans who supposed to be friends listening to this podcast, remember there's a game out there called Def Jam for Vendetta, Fight for New York. My man put on his chain, his hoodie, just like how he look now.
See,
And he pressed the button. And it came out looking exactly like him. You know how mine came out? Looking like an Asian. And I love the Asians, but mine was crazy. I had the same look. It just came out looking like a TIE fighter. You
okay,
know what
so
I'm saying?
here's my question for the people in the comments. Which of the randos looks like they might be AI generated?
Me, of course. Look, I'm not blinking.
He takes off his glasses, blinks at the camera because he
It's
can't see crap, and then goes real
Exactly.
not
toy.
looking.
Now,
Exactly.
come
So you
on.
know I'm not AI generated.
Okay, the truth is out. You ruined it. Now no one needs to know because they know that there's actually two randos now, and it's me and
Wasn't there
SS.
always two randos?
Two
I
AI
don't.
generated randos.
AI
Two
generated
AI
randos.
generated randos. This is actually a one man podcast.
I mean, hey, you never know with the technology. You never know how it goes.
Mhm.
Never know how it goes. I've seen one where the guy's sitting down and it looked like a girl, like it was like to my camera.
Wait, the person was a guy, but he had something that generated his thing as a girl.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a bunch of podcasts like there was one with this guy did it as a he was a motorcycle rider, but he
Mm,
made the AI make him look like a female. So people thought he was this amazing female rider, and he did it for a long period of time, like 2, 3 years, I believe it was.
mm.
And then on one of the videos, there was like a reflection off of something, and someone noticed that the reflection was a crazy looking Asian guy, but on screen you're still seeing the attractive Asian woman, and that's what debunked it and
Oh.
made people realize that the channel was a fake and it was a guy the whole time.
So you're
Yeah,
saying that basically people have made videos before where things that weren't real were present. I
that is
feel like
correct.
that's every movie that we've seen for the past 20 years.
Maybe
Mhm.
40. Maybe 40.
Exactly. Those are the goggles I
Yeah.
need.
I'm
I need those
always
goggles.
I'm always thinking, see that? The goggles, right? That's what I'm saying. You see it into the future. Pretty soon all the science fiction stuff will be
Seeing into the
non-science fiction.
future.
Yeah. Huh? Exactly. That's perfect.
Yeah, no, it like I mean, I don't know why they gotta blame that on AI. Like special effects have existed already. Like, do you think that's really Black Panther you see jumping off of cars?
Well, no, no, well, no, no, well. This
There
is
is
the thing.
nothing new there. Like, why is everyone offended by that? I
No,
feel
no, this
like
is the thing. This is the thing. It's not being offended by the special effects. It's that
mm,
special effects have now gone into the majority of people's hands. We got access to it.
Mhm.
It's the same thing as the James Bond scenario, right? James Bond doesn't really get me up in the morning anymore because we have his powers.
oh,
We
really?
have
Mhm.
You normally have a car with a machine gun built in? Tell
well,
me
nah,
more
but I don't
about
need it.
this,
But like,
mister.
but I got a phone that could do all of that stuff to make me look like I got it. You know,
No, no, nope, nope. Until you take off your shoe and use it as a phone, you're not ready.
They have phones like that already.
but I could use my phone to make the illusion that this is a shoe. You know what I mean? I mean, here's the thing. It's just like we have the technology, so when you look back at certain things, it's not as impressive now because we have it.
Mhm.
It's kind of like
Yeah,
all
that's
those
why
videos.
shows like Knight Rider can't make it anymore. Because it's like, what tech are you gonna put into a car that's like, my car could do that?
Do you remember they remade Knight Rider? How
2000.
successful
Team
was that
2000.
one?
Well,
It
that's
was
because
not.
they made it like a
It was
Power
not
Ranger.
at all. Like
They
no
made it
one
like a
cared.
Power Ranger. Nobody wanted to see no Power
But we
Ranger.
talked about,
I think
yeah,
no, but I think that's you. I think you're talking about Teen Knight Rider, which was another remake. But they remade Knight Rider 2000, and then there was a movie with they brought back David Hasselhoff, but they all failed because what tech are you gonna put into a car that's like impressive? Like
you see
you can
now,
see a bunch of
if
stuff
if
already with
if
like
if
Waymo
if
and stuff.
if all of a sudden Kit became a transformer, get out of here.
Well, no, well, that could be
We ain't
true.
got that technology yet.
He could be Bumblebee's grandfather. You know what I mean?
How's Hickory Bumblebee's grandfather? But don't forget, Bumblebee's millions of years old.
That's so we think. Where's Dave's? What was that company name?
Night
Dave
Which one?
Dave
Industries
2000.
2000.
Yeah, Night
Dave
Industries 2000.
Industries.
Speaking of
Like,
which,
like
The
do you
Foundation for
remember?
Lawful Law and Government flag.
So, so, so. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Flag.
Flag.
like
But no, but what's kind of crazy? Do, do you remember way back before 2000? I wasn't there because I'm young. But when you all old fogies were back before 2000, everything was like in the year 2000, all kinds of crazy things flying
Mhm.
cars,
and
like
we were gonna wear silver
robots that
outfits.
were going to clean your house all the time. Now we got some robots, but they're not like the one from the Jetsons. Come on now. So like we always had this opinion that the year 2000 was going to change everything. And then the year 2000 hit. Tell me, how do you feel? Do you feel like we've improved that much?
For me,
Uh,
not enough, but I need more improvement. Fast.
I think we improved, and
Mhm.
I like where we're going.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
job market wise, I don't think it's very good for the majority of people, but it's good to see the futures here, man. Because
What
I
you mean
can't
with AI?
with AI, with like even robotics, right? Imagine
Mhm.
taking a robot. Right now, you got like Uber Eats and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
you have your robot. If I get my personal robot, I'm not doing it. You might just find me just spread out because
Mhm.
I ain't doing anything. The robot gonna be walking for hey supermarket, hey pizza, and then the pizza man might not even be there. It might be another robot talking to each other saying, "Yo, you."
Mhm.
So what we gonna do? Unless we're gonna be like super fit, we're gonna be warrior. We're the next great event is gonna be no tech. We're gonna go back to 1970s, and that's gonna be the new concert. Be
Mhm.
like, "Yo,
That
where's the
those
event?"
concepts exist right now. Why do you think
Yeah,
people
Yeah.
no,
go
but it's gonna
camping?
it's gonna explode. It's gonna
Yeah.
explode
People
more.
people go like, I need to get rid of I need to get away from all this technology. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
camping. I'm gonna find a place that don't have any phone signal
No, no,
out
no,
in the
but
middle
no,
of
no. It's not gonna
nowhere,
be
and I'm
camping.
just
It's
gonna
gonna
camp.
be
And then they get injured and die.
Mhm.
no, no, no. This one would be like bring your own bottle type of party, and nobody knows the party because it's not on text anymore. It's somebody actually wrote you a letter you had to read. You know,
Mhm.
we got to bring back Oracle, and I know you'll love this. We got to bring back writing, man. We got to bring back right. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring back cursive. We got to get the arthritis in the hands back.
Oracle, your mic. We got 2 minutes. and he's
He
gone. See,
disappeared.
The
special
next,
effects. Oracle
the
just
next.
disappeared on camera. Magic.
Wait, what? Oh,
Just now you disappeared. So I said magic.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say that like the next 2 minutes is gonna be me fixing the mic. That's a brilliant. No, don't do that. But no, just in 2 minutes. I'm curious to know what are you guys' take on like the disruption to people's jobs that happened this time with AI? Because I have a feeling that these are going to be some hot takes, but like, what are you guys' take on it?
My short take, as always, I think it's short for me, is universal income. That's it. Everyone needs to get universal income as fast as possible.
Okay. What about you, Master Morte? He's like, it'll make my smile look fantastic. No, go
That
ahead.
see that smile, one of a kind, right? So there's structural unemployment all over.
Hmm,
I don't know what it will entail. You know what I mean?
hmm,
But when AI thinks they can run the whole business without anybody, even
hmm.
the guy on the top, that's what we got to worry. You
That's
know
when
what
we
I mean?
got worried.
That's when you got to worry. You'd be like, yo, I'm the guy on the top. What's going on? But
So,
anyway,
do you think
like,
it's anything
subscribe.
similar?
See, this is
Yeah,
why we need
do those
AI
things.
because
Do
the
those
time
things at
is
some
running.
point. Yeah, yeah,
The
do those
time is
Like,
things.
running.
subscribe,
Um,
comment, and share. Don't forget to add the
oh,
share.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
subscribe,
yeah.
comment,
But
share.
subscribe,
more
and share.
importantly, if you don't have time to do it, ask your AI to do it for you. Thank you. Um,
And since
Exactly.
time is a construct, remember you could always rewind.